Hey everyone and welcome back to a brand new video. This is my wish list, predictions, hopes, dreams, all that stuff for the Nintendo Direct that's coming up in June. Now starting off, one that I think is obviously going to be there will be Luigi's Mansion 2 HD. Now this game is coming out obviously the same month that the Direct is happening, so I'd imagine that Nintendo will be there showing it off, just like a final trailer, maybe showcasing some new features, things like that, just to get people excited to get the game. Now one series that I'm hoping gets its time in the sun once again is Star Fox. I've been hoping and praying for the entirety of the Switch's lifespan that we get a brand new Star Fox game, and sadly we've got nothing. At this point I'd be happy if we had a remake of Star Fox Adventures, which was cool by the way, or even like a port of Star Fox Zero for the Wii U. Anything at this point and I'd be very happy, so fingers crossed. Another series that has eluded the Switch for so long is the Rogue Squadron trilogy. Now these are some of my favourite games growing up, especially Rogue Leader on the GameCube. That was one of my all-time favourites, and we've had so many Star Wars games that have already been on the Switch, from the Jedi Knight series all the way up to Knights of the Old Republic. I think it's time that we got some Rogue Squadron as well on there. Now one game that I'm surprised isn't on the Switch yet, but I think this could be the time that it could be dropped, is Mario Galaxy 2. Now we've already had Mario Galaxy 1 be released as part of the anniversary for Mario, so I think in the last part of the Switch's lifespan for the remainder of this year, I think Mario Galaxy 2 would be a great game to release. Now the next one on my list is a little obscure, but one that I've always wanted to see get an HD remaster at some point was Eternal Darkness for the GameCube. While the game was critically acclaimed and won numerous awards, it sadly was a bit of a commercial failure, selling not that many copies. I still love the game and think it would be great to show it off to a brand new audience in a nice cleaner coat of paint. Chances are slim, but you never know. Now Xenoblade is a series I'm not too familiar with. I have played some of the games now and then, but I do know that fans of the series who I've spoken to have mentioned that they would love for them to release Xenoblade Chronicle X for the Switch. It seems a better time than any, so I've got my fingers crossed for you all. Next up is a couple of Zelda games. Wind Waker and Twilight Princess are probably the top of everybody's list when it comes to Nintendo Direct wish lists, and this year is no different. The games already exist in an HD state. There are no Zelda games to be released for the remaining part of this year. Now is the perfect time to pull the trigger. Come on Nintendo, you can do it. Now in the instance that we don't get those two Zelda games announced, there is another two that would be a perfect consolation prize: Oracle of Seasons and Oracle of Ages. Now there was a rumour a while back that these two games were being remade in the Link's Awakening engine that was released for the Switch a few years back. If it's true and they announce this at the Direct, that would be pretty sweet. Now I reckon we're going to be getting a brand new Fire Emblem title as well announced at the Direct. Whether it's going to be a brand new game or if it's going to be a remake of an older title, I just don't know, but I reckon we will hear something at least on the Fire Emblem side for this Direct. People reckon it's going to be a remake of Fire Emblem 4, so I'd say that's probably a good place to start. Now it's been a while since we've had a Mario sports game for the Switch, and I think this is probably going to be the time we're going to be announcing a brand new one. I don't think it's going to be an individual sport, so I'm hoping for something along the lines of Mario Sports Mix. It was a great game, and I can imagine something like that to be great filler content until the next generation of console. My next pick would be a remake or remaster of the Golden Sun series in 3D. Now I'm not expecting anything along the lines of say Breath of the Wild standards, although that would be very cool, but maybe something in line with say the remake of Advance Wars that came out last year. Using 3D sprites on a 3D overworld, that would be very cool. I'd be happy with that. Now F-Zero is a game that everyone has been screaming for a very long time. Pretty much they didn't need another racing game because Mario Kart was there, but I would still love a brand new F-Zero game. Whether it be a brand new game or even just a remaster, HD cleanup of F-Zero GX for the GameCube, that would be enough. That would really be enough. Donkey Kong is another game series I would love to have on the last part of the Switch's life cycle. Donkey Kong Country Returns and Tropical Freeze were such good games that I think we need another one in the series. Personally, I'd say stick with the 2D side of Donkey Kong things for games, but if it's a 3D game, I'd take that as well. Any new Donkey Kong is a good thing. Next up are my picks for Nintendo Switch Online, so start off with Nintendo 64. The main ones I think everybody is looking for would be Smash Bros, Donkey Kong 64, Diddy Kong Racing, Perfect Dark, and Banjo-Tooie. And for the Game Boy side of things, I would love to have Pokemon Red, Blue, Yellow, and Pokemon Pinball. All Pokemon games, but I don't care, I love Pokemon. Now there'll hopefully be some third-party titles announced, but there's so many to choose from, so I'm just going to pick my top 3 that I'd love to see. First up would be Final Fantasy XIII Trilogy. Being from the PS3 and 360 era, I'm confident the Switch should be able to run these games. I'm a massive Final Fantasy fan and would love to to see these titles. Another one I'd love to see would be GTA 4. Now I'd imagine it would be a little bit of a challenge to port this game over to the Switch, but it would be fun nonetheless. If it were to happen, I hope it would fare better than the GTA trilogy that was released. My last pick would be Halo, in some capacity of course. Whether it be the first couple of games or the entire Master Chief collection in some capacity, it would be really cool to see Halo on the Switch. Nintendo seems to be in a good relationship spot with Microsoft at the moment, so you never know. I mean, the chances are very slim as it is Microsoft's flagship title, but hey, stranger things have happened. Now, one game that is always in the conversation in regards to Nintendo Directs over the last few years is Metroid Prime 4. Will we see it? Will we not see it? If it is finally announced at this Nintendo Direct, then more than likely I would say it would be like a Breath of the Wild type thing, where it's released for the Switch as well as a launch title for the next console. However, if we don't hear anything for Metroid Prime 4, then I think that pretty much confirms at this stage it will just be a launch title for the next console. So fingers crossed that we get Metroid Prime 2 and 3 before then. But for now, thanks for watching this video. Let me know in the comments what you'd like to see at the Nintendo Direct. Be sure to like, subscribe and all that stuff, and I'll catch you in the next video. Bye for now.